Welcome to the only place where real, raw, and vulnerable conversations happen with IFBB bikini pros to give you an inside look at their struggles, strategies, mindset, passions, and all of life beyond the stage. This podcast is made to inspire, motivate, and remind competitors and the average gym goer that even the most extreme lifestyles and elite athletes have their ups and downs. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, Celeste Rains-Turk, and now it's time for the Confessions of a Bikini Pro podcast. Hey, everybody. So happy to have you back for another episode of the Confessions of a Bikini Pro podcast. I'm your host, Celeste Rains-Turk, and today we will be speaking with a Brazilian and American fit mom looking to inspire and help women reach their fitness and health goals. Hello, Manuella Kelbaugh. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Hi, Celeste. So glad to be here with you.
Yes, me too. I'm so happy to have you on, and I'm excited to share with everybody just who you are. And you've had quite the year, so we're going to be talking a lot about that. And before we dive into everything, I always love to ask, what is the one thing that you think about or do right before you step on stage?
Oh my gosh, yes. I was actually thinking about that question. I always try to really calm myself down and take really a lot of deep breaths because my heart is just start going so fast. And I try to be myself best friend and say, you know what? You got this. Let's do it. Show them what you got, girl. Let's do this.
I
So
love it.
so I try to do that. So yeah.
That's awesome. No, that's great. And you just recently earned your pro card at Masters Nationals, and I know that you had set a goal in the beginning of the year to do a prep, finish the prep, and you ended up doing really well, and not even like a few months later, you earned your pro card, right?
Right. That was, yeah, everything went pretty fast. Yes.
Yeah, so what was that like for you to go from being an amateur to a pro so quickly?
Oh my goodness. So basically, just going in on my first show, I wasn't expecting anything, and I did it really well, and I got qualified for a national. And then from there, I took a little break, and I was thinking, should I compete again or not? Should I start school? And then all of a sudden, after a little while, I started missing the stage. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do it again, but I don't want to compete so much this year. I should try to get my pro card. So let's find someone that can really help me to get there, someone that I can really connect and I respect in the business, which was the coach Kamoto. So I started doing some research. I actually switched teams as well. I was with a different team before. So I felt like going with this new team, it was going to help me to get there. And I did a little research, thought about it, talked to my family, and they want 100% behind me. And I'm like, you know what, let's do this. So I sent them emails, sent the photos and everything. And then they really guided me. And it just felt really good. Like, felt like we're on the same page. And okay, let's do the Pittsburgh show, what is it? The Night of Champions. No, it was my
Masters
master.
Nationals Championship?
Yes. So I'm like, yes, I'm all in. Let's do this. So I had 9 weeks to get prepared, and that was it. I got my pro.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy. You know,
yeah,
like everybody's journey is definitely like different in terms of length of time. And some people it takes 8 years to do what you did. And for some people it takes, like you said, like 6 months, right? Or however long that is if you calculate it all together. And
exactly.
so it was like, it was obviously very quick, but to everybody listening, like, I just want to be clear, and I would love for you to comment on this too. It's not about the time it takes, it's about the journey that happens during that time. And, you know, you're a good example of someone who wasn't chasing necessarily anything. You went in no expectations and then kind of said, okay, like, yeah, I will step on stage. Yeah, like, I will go for my pro card. And it happened for you. And that's not to say that other people, it won't happen to them in a certain amount of time. It's just like that was your journey. So what would you say to someone who's like, oh my gosh, you did that so fast and I've been doing this for 3 years?
Right. Yeah. We actually here backstage and I meet a lot of girls and it's your second show. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I know. I would say to them, it's all about timing. It's about the right timing. I think that was like my time, and it's just really timing and just be patient, focus on your goal. Don't think so much about that pro card itself. Just really think what's your goal? What are you going to get from this? Your journey, what do you want to learn from this? And that's how I went to the North America show. I really wanted to put myself out there, face the challenge, do all these things. So I think that's what it is, what's all about. It's the journey, the process, what you learn, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. And for some people it's longer, for some people it's shorter. For me it was definitely a little bit shorter, but that's what, so I think that's all I can say. Yeah.
That's
Just trust the
great.
process and the journey and your time will come and yeah, and just really try to have fun with it. And because once you're done, you're really gonna miss it, you miss the stage and
Yeah.
just enjoy yourself. And so yeah.
That's awesome. It's true. Like, I mean, you even take like 3 months off of like competing and you're like, I missed the stage, but I have to grow, So this can
Yeah,
be
I have to grow,
tough.
focus on other goals, family. I got family, I got two kids. So you have to balance things out as well because as you know, it takes, so much time and so much energy and you have to be, I would say 100%, gotta be selfish when
Mhm.
you're prepping. So in order for you to do well, so
Yeah. It's
yeah.
true. And it requires, like you said, a lot of that energy. And there's a lot I want to talk to you about in regards to being a mom and also being a wife, of course. But before I even dive into that, I'd love to know, like, what's the next step for you? I mean, after going through this really successful 2 shows, what are you now planning? What's in the works?
Right now, I'm trying to get my certified personal training certification in nutrition. I'm really passionate about sharing my knowledge, help other moms, other girls. That's really what's my goal right now. I'm not thinking about competing until next year. So this is my main goal, focusing, uh,
Yeah.
on that to my professional side as well. Because I've been a stay-home mom for almost, I'd say 11 years. So yeah, so now I feel like it's my time to give a little bit. I love to give, so it's my passion and I'm so looking forward to do that. So
Oh, that's so awesome. And passion and purpose is so empowering. That I love that that's what you're so focused on and that you're enjoying that. How do you feel about kind of shifting gears from like competition into more professional goals? Because a lot of girls actually kind of, I think, start to feel guilty or feel like they're not doing enough. Actually, a few girls I know, they feel like when they go into this off season or focusing on other goals, not necessarily prepping, they get this feeling of like, oh, I'm not good enough as an athlete. I'm not doing what I should be doing. But in reality, they're focused on other goals while still maintaining a healthy lifestyle, right? So, like, have you had those feelings come up? And how would you, help other moms, especially, to deal with that?
yeah, I totally get it. I feel some days I'm like, should I be doing more? Shouldn't I don't have time to do the cardio today. I have to go home. I have to study. And really just try to be easy on yourself and step by step and no guilt, you're doing your best. I'm off season right now. I'm still working out. I'm still going to the gym because that's what I love to do. And I try to push myself a little bit harder too because I would still want to compete. But it's all about balance. Just be easy on yourself, be kind, and don't try to feel the guilt. Just one step at a time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
one step at a time. But it definitely comes up those feelings sometimes that maybe I should be here at the gym longer doing that so I can be, more prepared for the next competition. But and then I step back sometimes like, hey, no, one step at a time. That's why I felt like I did really well in my competitions because I was focusing on that, giving all my time and now I'm like focus on school and folks still going to the gym, being healthy, and just trying to find balance. So just be easy, easy on yourself, I would say. If that
Yeah.
answers your question, I don't
No,
know.
that was beautiful. That was like when I asked the question, I was like, I was not very clear if that was long-winded. Yeah, exactly what I was hoping for. So that's awesome. And yeah, sometimes what I have to do, like for myself personally, is like set new intentions going into an off season. Like, what does living a healthier lifestyle right now mean for me while still benefiting my physique goals and while still moving me forward in my life goals? Like, what does that actually need to be? What do I need to do in order to feel like I'm fulfilling all those
Right.
areas without like the guilt, because that is a huge thing because we go from this identity of a like well we're always elite athletes. I don't believe that
Right.
we ever stop that, but we go from being this hardcore every little detail matters down to like the minute of sleep, right? We go from that to
Yeah.
okay, I have other things I need to do and focus on. So I find intentions are great. And I love what you said about being kind to yourself because kindness is going to help to overcome those guilty feelings. So I think that's great information that's going to be so helpful for everyone listening. And now I want to go into a little bit more of your story and your, I guess, journey with your family through this as well, because you're a mom to two kids, a son and a daughter, right?
Yes, yes, Matthew and Vivian, yes.
Awesome. And how was fitness beneficial to you after you had your daughter? Because I think that you had experienced some emotional pain, right?
Yes, yeah, with my daughter, for example, I always worked out before, but with my daughter, it was a very difficult pregnancy, as I share actually on Instagram. And then I feel completely lost. And as the pregnancy was so difficult, just stopped working out, I was just really stressed. So the gym really like it was like my medicine. Getting back to the gym, getting back to work out, and being strong, and just take care of myself really, so I can be there, positively for the kids in a positive way for my family. So yeah.
That's great. And do you think that like competing is playing a role, um, or I guess influencing your role as a mom?
Yes, and compete is helping even more. It's just giving me that much more strength. Because I think sometimes when you're a parent, you put yourself in in the back of the priorities. It's your family first, it's your kids. And then now that they see me competing, take care of myself and being strong, they're like, okay, she is a person, she is herself. And they look up to that and they enjoy it, they love it. They love
Mm,
it. And I think that's really huge for the moms out there. Like you have to try not to lose your sense of identity, you know? So
absolutely. And always like evolve with it too, right?
evolve with it. Yes, exactly. And the competing aspect, that's what's so amazing about it, is just learn so much about yourself and you find yourself and you keep learning and changing. And it's just wonderful. That's why I love competing.
Yes, that's great.
So
It's such a great opportunity to learn, like you said, about yourself and continue to grow as yourself too. And something that you had mentioned in your last answer, which I just adore, I think is great, is that you said that you show them that you are a person, right?
exactly.
You're
Yeah.
beyond like yes, you're their mom. Yes, you take care of them. They're your priority, but you take care of yourself and you're a person. So, what do you think what do you think that message is that is conveyed to them that is going to benefit them moving forward?
Okay, that's a good question. I think going after something that you wanted, just for them to, you know what, don't sell your dream short. Go after something that you really want. You can do it. It's really just up to you, to make it happen. So nothing is impossible. That's exactly what I would love for them to learn from this. And I think we always try to have a like nothing's impossible. You can do whatever you put your mind yourself into. You just have to put the dream out there and you go after your dreams and work hard. So
Mm, that's
yeah,
beautiful. I love that. I think that
yeah,
like given your work ethic, your drive, and your commitment to your goals, like I have no doubt that they're learning that every single day just from, the subconscious absorption of the way that you are.
yeah,
So that's amazing. And now I think, you mentioned in the beginning you are very passionate about helping other people. And this is something now, like this is the time when you really want to invest more time into getting more educated and then being able to share that with especially like moms and young women. So what do you think is the number one thing, and if it's not number one, whatever, what do you think is a very important thing moms need to focus on in order to live a healthier lifestyle?
exactly. I think number one, just really take care of yourself. If you're taking care of yourself, either doing yoga or working out, you're definitely going to feel better. You're going to feel calmer. You're going to have more energy to come home to your family, to make good decisions, to have a positive life. Just take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself for sure. Take that time of the day just to be by yourself.
Mm,
You just really, recharge. I would say that's what it works for me, and I'm sure that's what every mom needs. And so I'm yeah.
oh
That's
yeah, for
what I
sure.
say. I mean, not just moms. I think everybody. There is a lot of girls also that have a really busy life. They're working full time. They go to school, and you need that time for yourself just to kind of recharge, so you can give, be your best. So
Yes, exactly. I could not agree more. I mean,
yeah,
maybe your baby is your business. Maybe your baby is your work. Maybe it's your family that, you're
exactly.
taking care of. So whatever it is that absorbs or I guess involves with most of your time, it's
Hmm.
important to step away and always recharge. Like you said, I love the word that you use, recharge,
Yeah,
because it is recharging. Like so many people think of it as sacrifice. Oh, I have to sacrifice my time to go to the gym. I have to sacrifice my time to meal prep. It's like, no, 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 you're investing your time because when you do that and then you do go to the gym, even if you only go for, let's say, 30 minutes, if you're just getting started, want to get your feet wet, let's say you go 30 minutes, you're able to now have 30 minutes that you spent bettering yourself. Now you're a better person. You can go and use that to help and invest that time that you have to invest into your work or your business or your life or whatever, and you're going to be
exactly.
better. So,
Yeah, just like a walk on the beach. Go for a walk outside, go walk the dog, something. Just, just to be it out in nature, just recharge. Just what it makes you happy, really,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, healthy is not just like nutrition and hardcore exercises in the gym, like that's Instagram, but
Right.
life can be very like you can find wellness and health like in so many different ways. And I'm sure that there's also a lot of people listening to this who are maybe stepping away, from competitions and stepping away from competing so that they can be more present in their life and with their family. And maybe these are the things that they need to hear, that it's okay to find health in other avenues and other ways. So I love that you touched on that. And I love that you share, like, yeah, there's so many ways to do it. So, um, I want to hear from you, and I hope this isn't too personal. But how has your relationship with your husband changed, if at all, since you started competing?
Oh, yeah, good question. Because one tip I'll give to a lot of people too, if they're thinking about competing, you gotta have your spouse or your boyfriend 100% behind with you. And even when they're 100% behind with you, you're still gonna hit bumps in the road because you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be cranky, and you're gonna take on them sometimes. So, but yeah, my husband's been a huge supporter. And we have actually grown as a couple for sure, because in order to do this, you need your best friend 100% behind you. And it's been great for us now, especially after competition's over. It's like, okay, but it's hard during prep. Sometimes, like, I'm sorry, but like, I am exhausted. Can you help me with the, like, some,
Mm.
It's exhausting. So he definitely hit those bumps in the road and everything. But if he understands, especially being the second competition, being a national show, it's like, don't worry, I got you. I got your back. So I feel like we grew a lot from that. And so nice to know that someone's there for you, 100%. So he was there with me the whole time. And don't worry, just go to the gym. I got the kids. Don't worry, go do your
Oh,
thing. So that was really, really nice. So
that is
I,
so cool.
yeah, I consider myself a very lucky girl. So they have such a huge supporter like him. So
Hmm, that's
yeah.
so sweet. And were they at both your shows? Were your kids at the shows too?
They both came to the first one here in San Diego. They came to the finals, and my husband was on the prejudging finals. And then when I went to Pittsburgh for North America, the kids stayed back because they had school. So one of the sacrifices we did their first week of school, I wasn't here, so it
Yeah.
was a huge thing for me to be like, it's okay, they're fine, and I need to do this for myself, and they understand, and they'll be proud of mommy. So, and then my husband flew in with me, and then he was there, and it was awesome. So it was really,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome. And I love that you were able to mediate your stress, like the stress, potential stress of, oh, I'm not there for the first week of school. I'm competing, but you were able to combat it with positivity and the truth of, you're an
yeah.
inspiration to them.
Yeah,
And
I have to say the second show, then the North America, I was really in a really good mindset of letting control go, let someone be here with the kids. It's okay, it's their first week of school, but it's fine. Just go with peace of mind and enjoy yourself. Do this for you, do this for you. You wanted to do this and just enjoy yourself. And really, it was a really good experience just in every single way, just being in another city and just meeting another girls, and I just try to take everything in this time much more. You just learn the experience every, I guess, competition, you learn more and more. And then that's, for me, it was like a really good experience. Besides just earning the pro card, I just really had a good time there. So
that is so cool. And just a great message as well to enjoy the experience because if you're only thinking about the things that you're not there for, or maybe the things that you're missing back at home, or oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. That's just like stressful, and then it takes you out of the moment. So I love that you brought yourself back into the moment, and that helped you be so successful. I think. And um, what did your kids think when you came home and told them? Like, did you call them? How did you tell them you
oh
became
gosh,
pro?
yeah, of course, no matter what, I was there, we're talking, right? Like calling the babysitter, how's first day of school, this and that. And then when I first, after prejudging, I call them, they're so happy. They're like, oh my God, they're just super excited. And then when I came home and, we had celebration, we went out to eat, they're just super, super proud. Like my
Wow.
son, especially because he's an athlete himself who plays soccer. So I think it was good for him to see, mom achieved something. So yeah, it was really, really great. And my daughter, it's hilarious. She just she just love all the trophies. She wants to keep them all for herself.
Oh my gosh, I saw on your Instagram that you took a picture, right?
Yeah,
That,
she's just a character.
that is so cute. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, so yeah, it's so funny because on the first show, the overall winner gets the sword. I didn't do the overall. I won my class, and she was so upset because she wanted the sword so bad. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my god.
maybe one day we'll get the sword for you.
That's so cute. Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta go do I think it's the one in Vegas in February. I think I remember them getting us, or maybe they just got a big crown actually.
Yeah, it all kind of depends. You never know. It's the crown or the sword. Yeah.
She's like, we have enough crowns now. I want
Yeah,
this one. That's
hilarious.
so cute. I love it. And how old are your kids?
So my daughter Vivian, she just turned 6 this last weekend. We had a birthday party, and my son Mateo, he's 12.
Oh,
So three
that's
teen.
cool.
Yeah,
Wow. So
yeah,
I think it's just great, like being able to bring you on here and show other moms and also competitors who maybe want to be moms and just kind of expressing like what you go through and how you deal with those emotions that can come up. And it's just really awesome to hear your perspective as you are kind of switching gears, but still keeping in mind, like, yeah, I'm still ready to rock that pro stage when the time comes, right? So
Right. Yeah.
that's really good. And you said you're thinking about competing like next year. Is that like late next year? Do you have like a show kind of you're thinking about, or are you just going with it?
My goal would be for me to start prepping the beginning of the year. And I don't know exactly which show I'll be doing around probably if I start prepping in January, I'd say March, April. So I'm still looking with coach which show. I'll be in touch with him pretty soon by the end of the year to decide. But I don't know exactly which show, but I want to definitely compete in the beginning of the year. So
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Good
So
for you. Well,
yeah.
I'm excited to just watch your journey as a pro and just see you continuously grow. And I appreciate you coming on here and talking about your journey. And I'd love to now hear, like, what is one piece of advice that you would give to aspiring competitors or competitors who are already competing but looking to go pro?
I would say first, if you're just trying to compete, do your research. Do your research, look for a coach or a team that you can identify yourself. If you're trying to get your pro card, um, time is everything. Be patient, enjoy the process, and always remember to try to have a good time and just be really patient with yourself. You know, that's all I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Great advice. And can you let everybody know where they can connect with you so that they can tell you just their main takeaways, what they benefited from? Because you shared a lot of really applicable knowledge and insights today. So I'd love for them to be able to connect with you and just let you know how much value you shared. So can you give them maybe your Instagram or website or anything like that?
Yeah, for me right now, the main focus of communication is sharing tips. It's Instagram, so I'm ManoFit for Life underscore IFBB Pro. So that's the main platform that I use. So
Great. And to everybody listening, that's going to be in the show notes on the website, www.celestial.fit/podcast. I'm going to make sure all her info is there and you'll be able to connect with her. And of course, please make sure to leave a comment about what you loved about this episode specifically, maybe share some of your best takeaways. And then, of course, subscribing is awesome so you never miss an episode. And then if you want to share to your social media, let everybody else know that they can benefit from this, especially to the moms out there. Share this with your mom friends. They're going to benefit so much. You know, this is an inspiration that we're talking to today. So thank you again so much for being on. And to everybody listening, I hope yes, of course. It's just so great to connect with you. And I'm looking forward, like I said, to watching how you
thank you
grow.
so much. Hopefully to see you around and meet you in person.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it'd be
Well,
so nice.
yes, I would love that. And I'm going to keep you on the line. I'm going to let everybody else know. Have an amazing rest of their day, night, or morning, wherever you guys are in the world while you're listening to this podcast. Just make it awesome.